Welcome back to Life and Style. It's Thursday. That means it's all about inspiration today. I hope you're feeling great. And Tendai has gone a long way to show you how to save your phone when it drops in water. Of course, Chef Abdallah was there. I don't know what was going on there, but Nisawa too. Then they had to call Hilda. Okay, Nisawa too. But right now, remember, every single Thursday, we tell you to tell us something that inspires you. What is the one thing that really inspires you? Use the hashtag KTN Life and Style to win merchandise from Linton's. We've got amazing giveaways over here, so go right ahead, tell us what is that one thing that inspires you. Now right now we are on Motivate, and I'm talking to the youngest CEO we've had on this show, talking about Patrick Sara. Karibu sana.
Thank you Mwikali.
You're welcome. This is Life and Style.
Yes.
This is Motivate. We're all about motivating people, and we use people's stories.
All right.
Where you began to the person that you are. You are very young, and you're a CEO right now of 2 companies at that. So people should be interested to know, what is it that you did differently?
Okay.
That most of them are not doing. Before we get to that, maybe you could just start a bit of background. Who's Patrick and where is he coming from?
Okay. My name is Patrick, and I'm the CEO of the Novi Hub. The Novi Hub is a public relations and marketing firm. We are located in 3 towns, Mombasa, Nairobi, and Nakuru. And I'm also the CEO of Bravado International, which is a branding and printing company, which is located as well countrywide. So my personal background, basically, I originally came from Mombasa. That's where I began when I was a very tender age, and I was raised by a single mom, and we left Nairobi when things didn't go well with my parents, and we went to Mombasa, and that's where we began. And the whole story began when I was a very tender age, where I used to see so many things that other families used to have that we didn't have, and that's one of the things that drove me to be able to work as hard as I could. And at that particular age and time, I believe my motivation at that time was to make my mom happy, because I believed she did everything in her power to give me the best.
Yeah.
So we arrived in Mombasa in '93, and we started living in a very tiny house, which we were housed by a lady called Mama Maina, who divided the whole shop into 2, where we used to live on the back, and the front was the shop. So Mama Maina took a couch, then gave us the couch to be able to sleep on. So from my background, where I come from, you respect the elders, and my mom used to sleep on the couch, and me and my elder brother used to sleep on the floor, which I wouldn't want to really go into the nitty-gritties, but I believe that's one of the things that made me learn that no matter where you come from, no matter the challenges, I believe your ultimate goal and your ultimate objective in life can be attained, regardless of your history, regardless of where you come from.
True.
So
they say you're not defined by your past.
Very true, very true. And I am a very I love researching, and I've been researching so many things, even when I was young, about how people make it, and what are the few things that one is supposed to do to be able to reach the skies. And my story starts from that part to the moment where I joined.
When you were this young, did you have the burning desire to be an entrepreneur?
Yes, I did. From way back. My entrepreneurial journey began when I was 17, going 18. Yeah, 17, going 18 years old, where I used to go to a place called Kongoya in Mombasa, and
a big market.
A very big market, very big market. And I used to buy clothes. And once I buy clothes, I go and sell to my friends. And I buy a cloth at probably 150 shillings and go and sell it at 300 shillings, which is good money at that time. So the whole story began after I was able to sell mtumba. It got to a time whereby I wanted to change, and because of a few inconveniences, because I was in school, I started selling potatoes, where I used to go all the way to Molo.
Really?
Yes, then get a sack, which was worth 500 bob, at that time. Then I talked to a friend of mine who was in 2NK Sacco at that time.
Yes.
A very big bus and very well known. Then they take, I take like 6 sacks, put 2 sacks per every bus, then comes down. Then I'm the first one to be in Mwembetari, Mombasa, waiting for the 6 sacks. And I have the number plates in my head. At that time, I'm 17. So I get the sacks, look for restaurants that sell chips.
You look for them when you have the potatoes?
Yeah, I check the potatoes, I take them home.
Okay.
Then I look for the restaurants that are able to be able to purchase that. So I used to buy it at 500 shillings. I go to them and sell them at 900 shillings. There are a very old restaurant in Mombasa called Olympic Restaurant, owned by an Arab. We did really good business. Nowadays, when we meet...
Did he know he was dealing with an underage?
I've always had a big body. I don't think anybody can be able to realize. But then nobody would actually realize, but I was very, very ambitious. And focused on what I wanted. And I believe that's one of the things I'm able to tell every youth that I meet, that don't compare yourself with anybody's life. Don't compare yourself with any family. Everybody has his script.
That's true.
Everybody has his way of living. Because, you see, I used to tell my mother that I believe it's time that we cut the chain. When you have your grandmother or your great-grandmother tells you work hard, go to school, get good grades, do the best you have to do to be able to be successful in life, then your mother doesn't do that. He passes it on to you. Then you also don't want to do that. You want to pass it on to the other person. I believe somebody has to cut the chain. And that's how an entrepreneur is made. That's how an entrepreneur is made.
From selling potatoes? Yes. What else did you do? Because I'm sure Nove was not built then.
Yes, no, it wasn't. It wasn't built then. After working, dealing with the potatoes, I got into the shoe business.
Shoe business?
Yes, where I used to sell gladiators.
Oh, the shoes that came all the way
up. The really big shoes that came. Called Gladiators, where I used to leave Mombasa on Friday, and that time I had begun a college in Mombasa campus, and I used to leave Mombasa on Friday evening, then arrive in Nairobi on Saturday morning. 600 bob was the transport. I used to use a Kamba, this bus called a Kamba. So I arrive in the morning, go to Isili, go to Somali. There's another Somali who's called Ali Hussein. Then I buy the Gladiators at 300 shillings. Then I travel back on Saturday evening, arrive in Mombasa the next morning.
Do you realize what people your age are doing at that point? Friday is rave day. You're busy coming to Nairobi to look for shoes, then they're looking for what club is open till Sunday.
I used to have a very easy way of shunning it away, and I used to tell myself that when I go out, I spend. When I stay in, I don't spend. So that's the easiest way to just split it. Do you want to have an expense, or you want to shut down your expenses, which I believe it was very easy for me. And at that time, I never used to really concentrate on the dating life, I believe, which is one very crucial thing in every person's life. Once you are able to get exposed and say you want to start dating, that's responsibility in its own, which you're supposed to be able to be ready for it. So when I turned 18, that's when I started thinking of what I want to do in life. How do I want to approach life? Because I needed to start looking at life on a broader perspective. And after I cleared high school, I decided when I was joining campus, what do I want to do in my life? What do I want to do? I did my bachelor's in IT at Jomo Kenyatta University, and during that time, I had to be able to, apart from getting the funds to facilitate my education, I needed to have supplement money to be able to facilitate the day-to-day, how I'm going to eat, how I'm going to pay 2-3 bills. And I started selling beans and chapati in campus, where When it gets to 12 o'clock, I have to pause the class, run out, go and talk to another lady, alikuwa anaitwa Mama Boy. Then I used to tell Mama Boy, you have 100 chapatis and 50 plates of beans.
Yes.
If I sell to you 40, you give me lunch. Yes. Yeah, and he did it. So it got to a time whereby I decided, why should I be doing this for my boy? I think I can do it myself.
Okay, so you started doing this.
So I started doing myself.
Okay.
I wake up, go and buy beans.
You had the clients already.
Yeah, I have the clients. Everybody. Like literally, when I just dashed out before the lessons ends.
Nyeke moja.
Yeah, nyeke moja. You just write them down. So by the time you're coming back, you've touched a lot of chapatis,
yes,
a lot of beans.
Yes.
You're literally chapati and beans.
Yeah.
So somebody from any angle would literally just feel the smell.
Yes.
So at that time, I didn't find it challenging because I was young.
Yeah.
And the only pressure was to provide for me.
Yep.
That was the only pressure, was to basically provide for me. And during that time, went on and on till I cleared campus. And after I cleared campus, that's when I was in my second year, going to the third year.
Yes.
That's when I discovered what can I be able to do. And I met a very inspirational person in my life. It's called Luki Odera. He was my mentor.
Yeah.
And he told me, at that time, I believe he was in late 30s. So that's one part that the youth need to understand. For you to become an entrepreneur, you need to have a mentor in life.
Yes.
You need to have somebody that you want to be when you grow older. And when I met him at his age and at my age, he made me act like I was his age. Because anything that he gave me to perform, I had to do it.
Yes.
There wasn't chance, there wasn't room or excuses.
Yeah.
And that's how I've been able to execute every part, every project that I've handled for my clients, which is you don't give any excuses. You have to do it.
Was it at this point that the Nove was born?
Yeah, that was when the Nove was born in 2012, and registered the company. And yeah, I believe that's when Nove began, which was the Nove Hub.
When you began Nove, did you know exactly what you want Nove to do? What was it that you wanted it to do?
I didn't mention, at that time I was a model. Okay. I believe I'm not really bad in shape.
No, quite good looking, I must say.
Yeah, so when I began Nove, I took Nove as an event management company where I should be able to organize events and recruit models.
Okay.
But when I continued so on and so forth, sorry I didn't mention, at that particular time, I had already left Mombasa. I had gone to Nakuru. Where that's how I began Nove. I began Nove in Nakuru. I registered Nove in Nakuru. So there was this lawyer friend of mine who used to register companies, and I called him and I told him I needed to register for me a company. I think I want to be able to trade, do through business, but I don't have any business name. So I sent him money, 3,000 shillings, and he registered for me a company, and he sent me the certificate of registration.
Okay.
Where I put it huge, big, and it was such an achievement to me at that time, because there's something in my name.
Yes.
There's something in my name at that time. So after that, after I registered the company, and I was basically getting models when I was back in Nakuru. I get a model, somebody who looks like a model. I tell the model, I want to do for your portfolio, whereby I need you to give me, I'm going to do for you photos. I'm going to charge you 3,000 shillings.
Yeah.
So I get a photographer. The photographer charges me 1,500. I charge the model 3,000. So I make 1,500 out of it.
Yes.
So it went on and on and on until my mentor gave me my first business at the Rotary celebrations, the 89th edition of the Rotary Club. And that's the first time I made 50,000. It was a lot of money. has a lot of money to me, and yeah, that's basically part of my journey. Okay. So I've been able to meet a lot of clients, get to interact with so many people, which I've taken it as an honor, and the fact that I sacrificed part of my life, my early stage, to be able to do what I believed was right.
I think that's very, very encouraging for the youth out there, for you to realize that, for me to be able to make and enjoy my money at a later age, I need to sacrifice some things now. Having started your company, Nove, to what it is right now, what are some of those things that were consistent for you that you had to keep doing and keep yourself focused on the goal that you wanted to achieve?
You see, first of all, the most important part of beginning Nove is the fact that I loved what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that's one key thing I usually tell anybody who wants to begin the journey of being an entrepreneur. You have to be able to love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because all the way from the day I began Nove to date, I've had a lot of challenges here and there. Sometimes you feel like you're chasing something and there's no result, there's no something that is coming out of it. Sometimes you feel like you own a company at one point in time, but you're worth nothing, basically. Yeah. You don't have any money to be able to sustain yourself. But what keeps you going is the fact that you love what you're doing. Because the only way you're going to be able to continue doing what you're doing is if you love it.
True.
So that you can be able to persevere the ups and downs of it. So I believe from the onset, from the day I began it, I loved what I was doing, and that's what pushed me day in, day out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other company?
Yes, Bravado International.
Bravado. Why Bravado?
Bravado basically shows aggressiveness, brevity.
Does that describe you?
Yeah, that's basically totally describes me. I'm an action-oriented guy. I like to get things done. Okay. I am not a guy who believes in excuses. One should not be able to give excuses upon everything. Excuses of where you come from, excuses of somebody saying he wants to be an entrepreneur and he doesn't have capital. I don't believe that should be a problem. Yeah. I tend to tell my fellow youth that whatever you have at hand, that's what you should begin with. Whatever you have at hand, that's what you should begin with. There's nobody who has money set aside that is waiting for an entrepreneur somewhere to pop up and get the money from. That's the truth about it. True. And we live in a country whereby it's an open system. It's basically an open system whereby every person can be who he wants or who she wants to be. Yeah. You just need to decide what you want to be, decide where you want to go, and start on the journey.
That's true.
I always relate to Tyler Perry's words that no matter what you do in life, you can never control the challenges. You can never know what can happen tomorrow, but you can always be able to handle it when it comes.
Yeah.
So Tyler Perry said, when you plant a tree, you can never dictate the weather conditions. You can never dictate the storm, the sun. You can never dictate the neighbor's kids who are going to step on that plant. All you can be able to do is just water it.
Absolutely.
So whatever plant, whatever decision somebody makes in his life, if you want to create a product, create a service, create it and just do it. Just do it.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Because most people are busy struggling with kunyesha. Na ujapanda bado?
Kweli.
Kutanyesha kesho.
Kweli.
Pengine imchanga si nzuri, but you haven't tried.
True.
So you try, do your part.
Yeah.
The rest will just fall into place.
Very
if it's
true.
meant to fall into place. And this conversation is almost coming to an end. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's so sad. I just maybe to mention, for every youth out there who's thinking of starting his or her entrepreneurial journey, your peers, the people around you, your friends are very crucial. If you surround yourself with positive people, you're going to get positivity out of it. And I would borrow words from a famous motivational speaker who said 33% of your life, spend it with the people below you, so that you can be able to see how far you've come from your journey.
Yes.
33% of your time, spend it with the people the same level as you to be able to look at what you've done and do a comparison with what you need to fine-tune.
Yeah.
And the other last 33%, spend it with people above you. So sometimes I sit in the house and I tend to think the moment you're going to set your expectation, whatever you expect from yourself, you set it above.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to hit the sky. Sometimes you just sit on the phone, sit on the house and just Google, how does a billionaire think?
Yeah.
So once you are able to put yourself in that character, then I believe you're headed to the skies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really, really important. I hope every youth out there is listening to a very young CEO of 2 big companies. And how can people get in touch with you, probably for services? Are you on social media?
Yes,
websites?
I am on social media for the Nove Hub. The Nove Hub is Facebook at the Nove Hub. Twitter handle is at the Nove Hub.
Okay.
And Instagram at the Nove Hub as well. Bravado is Bravado International. For Twitter, at Bravado International for Facebook, as well as Instagram.
All right.
You can also hit me up on Facebook at Patrick Nove and on Instagram at Patrick Nove, as well as on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Patrick Nove. Our hotline is 0717 142434.
Absolutely.
Yes, and our offices are always on, and we believe we are the new...
What are the locations?
Yes, we are located at Hekima Gardens, Adams Arcade, and off Ngob Road. In Mombasa, we are located Links Road. There's a building called Lee Marrakech Building, first floor. And in Nakuru, we are opposite Hotel City Max.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe we are the new era of PR in the country. We are the new era of PR in Africa, and we are here to change the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Patrick. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh, there you have it. 33% of people below you, 33% of people in your league, 33% of people way above you. You learn through all of these people. So there's no group of people that you're going to go and say, I will ignore these ones because they're not helping me. One way or the other, you need to learn from them or even appreciate the far that you've come. This has been Motivated, taking a very short commercial break. Remember, we've got amazing giveaways from Linton's. All you have to do is tell us what really, really, really inspires you. The hashtag to use is KTN, Life and Style. Catherine Mwangi is waiting for you.